Just when you think you know which wireless microphone system's your favorite, Shure goes and drops this bad boy. Let's talk about it. What's up, Internet? I'm Brian MacDuff, aka BMac, and welcome to another video. So today is a very exciting day because Shure has released the MoveMic, which is a direct-to-phone wireless lavalier microphone system with so many features to be excited about. But first things first, I do need to give a huge thank you and a shout out to Shure for actually sending out one of their MoveMic kits for me to be able to talk about, use, and enjoy. So Shure, thank you. I appreciate you. But with that having been said, let's just get right into it and talk about what this MoveMic is all about, starting things out with the design and how this microphone looks, feels, and compares to other wireless microphones you might be used to. One of the first things you'll probably notice about the MoveMic is how small and compact it is, especially how portable it is, with it having one of the smallest form factors in a wireless microphone on the market. The MoveMics offer an IPX4 water and sweat resistance rating, and they perfectly fit into their charging case through a magnetic connection. And the case itself is made out of a hard matte black plastic material, with it also being rather small and portable, despite the fact that it's actually housing several charges within it. The charging case can also be charged through the USB-C port on the bottom of the case, and that's also where you're likely to notice the 3 LED indicator lights, which are going to give you the charging status or the battery status of each individual MoveMic and the charging case itself. And the MoveMic itself comes with a special internal design that captures a wide range of frequencies to provide you with the broadcast quality microphone experience you've come to love from Shure. Each MoveMic also comes with a removable windscreen that easily clips on or can be taken off of each MoveMic. And of course, you're also getting a clip lav design, which allows attaching the mic to your clothing quick, easy, and seamless. There are 2 LED indicator lights on the MoveMic itself, which is going to indicate pairing, connectivity, and battery life status, with a single side button letting you power up the MoveMic, toggle mute, or actually put it into pairing mode. The Shure MoveMics have been designed to directly connect to your smartphone without needing any kind of receiver, but Shure has also released a hardware receiver specifically designed to work with the MoveMics in case you wanted to connect them to your other various devices, such as your computer, your camera, or even your phone through the receiver, with the ability to also monitor the audio from the MoveMics with the audio output headphone jack on the receiver itself. This is actually what I plan on doing and what I'm doing right now, mostly because it gives me the ability to capture each individual MoveMic as its own separate audio channel. Perfect, for example, if I wanted to isolate the audio recordings of 2 separate individuals who are speaking, or even if I wanted to capture stereo sound. But let's quickly talk about setup here, because I think this is actually one of the areas where the Shure MoveMic wireless microphone system really shines. To set up your MoveMic and pair it with the Mode of Audio app, the Mode of Video app, or the hardware receiver, all you have to do is just remove one of the MoveMics from the case and then press and hold the power button on it until it flashes blue and red, indicating that it has entered pairing mode. From here, either on the app or on the receiver, the microphone's going to pop up and you could select it to pair the 2. Since I think most of you are going to be wanting to connect the MoveMic directly to your smartphone without the hardware receiver, I'm going to show you how that works within the Shure Mode of Audio app, but the process is generally the same for the receiver itself. So here in the Shure Mode of app, you could press the plus microphone button, where you can then select the MoveMic microphone where it will be connected to your app, and then once the microphones are connected, you're going to have full control over each individual MoveMic. You can name the microphone if you want to change the name to make it easier to identify. You also could turn off the LEDs on the microphone itself if you don't want them to be showing on camera. You could turn on or off high power when you plan on recording with the MoveMic over long distances. And then of course you could easily set the mic gain, speech mode, noise reduction, compressor, high pass filter, and equalizer settings, all of which, by the way, you are also able to do on the actual hardware receiver itself. So from here, you can immediately start capturing your audio and recording it, and when you're done, you simply just turn each MoveMic off by pressing and holding that power button on the side, and then you're going to place the MoveMics into their charging case where they're going to magnetize into place, and they'll be good to go, recharging for your next recording session. And when that time comes, it's even simpler this time around to reconnect your MoveMics. You just take the MoveMic out of its case, you press and hold that side button to power it up. A few seconds later, either the Mode of app or the hardware receiver is going to recognize the microphone, and you're good to go. The setup and connection process literally could not be simpler. But let's be honest, connectivity is only half the battle. Audio quality is the other half. So what's the performance like in the MoveMic, and what does the audio quality actually sound like? Well, in case you couldn't tell by now, I've actually been recording my audio for this video completely with the MoveMic that you see right here. And I've been doing so with the hardware receiver, recording directly into the Shure Motive audio app, with of course the custom settings that I've set up for this microphone that you could set within the app itself. And for a wireless lavalier microphone that's wireless, easy to use, and so darn small, compact, and portable, I think you've got to be impressed here. If you're wondering about the range, by the way, I think the most common use case scenario for these MoveMics are going to be when you're using them within about 10 feet from your connected receiver. But in case you're wondering how far they could actually go, Shure has provided the tech spec of a range up to about 100 feet. However, you can probably go beyond that, probably 300 feet plus, if you have the high power mode turned on like we talked about earlier, and of course if you're not dealing with a whole lot of signal or physical interference. And I think it's solid. But to be honest, none of this is really all that surprising, because this microphone does come from Shure, a company that's literally been around for decades producing some of the world's best wireless audio. So Shure is basically continuing that tradition and that reputation by packing all of that same level of quality into their MoveMic family. Plus, for those of you who are creators who live stream, you do also have the ability of live streaming directly from the Shure Motive video app using your MoveMic and using your phone's camera. Plus, you have the ability of muting yourself quickly with that button right on the side of the MoveMic itself. It makes live streaming directly from your phone with better quality audio a breeze. But I know a huge component of wireless microphone systems has to be the battery life, and how long you could actually expect the wireless microphones to last for. Each MoveMic offers 8 hours of battery life on a full charge, with 4 additional 8-hour charges being stored in the charging case itself. Now, little side note, if you do have high power mode turned on like we talked about earlier, you will see a slight downtick in battery performance, but not by much. You're still probably gonna get about 7 hours of battery life per MoveMic, and then you get additional recharges in the charging case itself. So all in all, for battery life, I mean, this is awesome. This means that the MoveMics have some of the best battery life numbers on the market today, with enough battery to last you through an entire full day shoot and more. And battery life is always easy to see at a glance through the LED indicator lights on the charging case itself or on the MoveMics themselves, but you do get specific battery percentage numbers being provided within the Motive apps or also on the hardware receiver. But with all that having been said, here are my final thoughts on the Shure MoveMic wireless lavalier microphone system and whether or not it's a system I could recommend to you. And I'm gonna answer that question right now. Do I recommend the Shure MoveMics? Absolutely. I think they provide some of the highest quality, easiest to use, and most reliable wireless mics on the market today. Their small form factor, impressive battery life, and their 2-channel feature with the ability to connect directly to your smartphone, all of that makes these a real player in the wireless portable microphone game right now, and makes them most certainly worth checking them out for yourself. And as always, to do so, for the latest deals, prices, promos, and information for the Shure MoveMic system, you can of course always head to my affiliate link, bmac.link/movemic, or of course there's going to be clickable links in the video description box and comment section below as well, so check those out. And with that having been said, now that I got this wireless system, I literally can take this show on the road. I might just do that. Change the channel name, Brian MacDuff on the road. I could do that now. I will see you guys in my next video.